You already know what you need to do. Not vaguely, specifically. The email you have been avoiding for 2 weeks, the project you keep moving to tomorrow, the habit you restart every Monday and abandon by Wednesday. It is not a knowledge problem. You do not need more information. You do not need a better app, a better system, or one more video about discipline. You know, and you are still not doing it. 2,000 years ago, a man who was owned by another human being figured out exactly why this happens. He had a word for people like us. It was not a kind word. Here's what every productivity guru gets wrong. They treat procrastination like a broken machine. Something in the system needs fixing. So they give you time blocks, habit stacks, friction reduction, environmental design, and it works for about 2 weeks. Then you are back on the couch. Because the machine was never broken. The problem was never mechanical. Epictetus called it a philosophical failure. And the difference between those two diagnoses is everything. You cannot fix a philosophical problem with a calendar app. Epictetus taught in ancient Rome. His students were wealthy, educated, intellectually serious. They had read every Stoic text. They could argue the philosophy perfectly. And he was withering about them. He watched them study why lying is wrong, then go home and lie. He watched them learn the arguments for discipline, then avoid the difficult thing. They became, in his words, grammarians, people who could interpret the text but could not live it. He described the difference using an image that is almost embarrassing in how simple it is. He said, "Look at sheep. Sheep do not vomit up the grass to show the shepherd how much they consumed. They digest it, and they show it outwardly, in wool, in milk. Show me not your principles. Show me what their digestion produces." Think about the last insight that genuinely excited you: a book, a video, a conversation. Now ask yourself honestly, did anything actually change? Or did the insight itself feel like progress? That feeling of understanding, that is the shortcut your brain found. It gets the reward of progress without the cost of action. And here is the hook that keeps you stuck. You have done this before. You found something that genuinely motivated you. You started strong. You told people about it. You felt the momentum. Then somewhere around week 2 or 3, the excitement faded. The thing was still there, but you were not. Epictetus had a name for this person too: the halfway zealot. Someone who enters into self-improvement like a child who watches wrestlers and then plays at wrestling, mimicking the movements, going through the motions, but never actually in earnest. Sound familiar? You cannot remain as you are and also become better. You must be one thing. Either you are cultivating your own mind or you are not. There is no in-between that is actually moving. The halfway position feels like a transition. It is not. It is its own permanent destination. I will start properly next week. I am working on it. I know I should. Most people live inside those 3 sentences for years. Not because they are weak, because the halfway position is genuinely comfortable. You carry the identity of someone improving without paying the full price of actually doing it. And that comfort is the trap inside the trap. The trap does not require a dramatic solution. It requires one thing, made once, before the moment arrives. Epictetus did not prescribe a system. He prescribed a prior decision, not a goal, not an intention, a law you set for yourself before the resistance shows up. Because the moment resistance arrives is the worst possible time to decide what you will do about it. Your brain is negotiating. Your comfort is making its case. Every reason to delay feels suddenly reasonable. The only way to win that negotiation is to not be there when it happens. Epictetus was born a slave. His master once broke his leg deliberately. As a test, witnesses said Epictetus told him calmly, "You are going to break it." When the leg snapped, he said simply, "Did I not tell you?" He had made a prior decision that his response to suffering was not up for negotiation in the moment it arrived. The decision was already made. The moment only revealed it. He called life a combat, not metaphorically. He said, "Now is the Olympiad. Now is the combat. It cannot be postponed." Every moment of resistance you feel toward the thing you know you should do, that is not an obstacle to your growth. That is your growth. The resistance is the training. There is no version of this where the difficult moment comes later when you are more ready. The Olympiad is happening right now while you are watching videos about athletes. One decision, not a list. One specific thing you have been avoiding and the exact moment tomorrow when you will do it. Write it down, not as a goal, as a law, non-negotiable when the moment arrives. Then tomorrow, when the resistance shows up because it will, do not negotiate with it. The decision is already made. That is the entire practice. One prior decision. Zero negotiation in the moment. The Olympiad is now. What is the one thing you have been restarting every Monday for longer than you want to admit? Drop it in the comments. Not to be held accountable, just to name it out loud, because naming it is the first moment it stops being abstract. If this landed, subscribe, because next week we go somewhere darker and more useful. Seneca had something to say about the window you have left to change, and it is not comfortable. See you there.